Okay, hello everybody, and Lara from Complete Test Success here. So last Sunday, I posted a general training task 1 question. I had a total of 3 students who responded to that. So we're going to choose one of those students at random and give them a full correction. So we're going to look at their task achievement, coherence and cohesion, vocab and grammar scores, all the vocab and grammar mistakes that they made, any content, any structure mistakes. So basically tell them what score they would get in the IELTS test, why they would get that score, and how they can improve further. If you're new to the channel, hey Jashan. If you're new to the channel, I have a guide for Task 1 General, which I'll just share with you here in the comments. And you can see it either on Facebook or YouTube. Looks like Facebook is working again, which is great. I had a little bit of a issue connecting to Facebook over the last week or so. Abu Baker, hello to you from Cameroon. Good to see you here. So that's pretty much it. At the end, I'm going to announce the winner of the speaking test lucky draw as well. So stick around for that. Hi Udain, haven't seen you in a while. Welcome to the lesson. Okay, so let me just share this little app that I use. I want to choose the winner at random. So Ranjit, Atik, and Sarah are the only ones this week. Let's see who the winner is. Okay, so Ranjit, well done. Congratulations. And I just need a moment to get that question and we'll be ready to look at it. Okay. Hi Irene from Nigeria, good to see you here. Thank you, Wakar. Glad to be back on Facebook after my little hiatus. It was about this week and last week had some problems, so back again. Hello, Siam from Bangladesh. Good to see you here. Okay, so if you're watching the recording or if you're joining me live, ask any questions you have. If you don't understand the problems I point out with Ranjit's writing, with his answer, or if you have any questions about the feedback that I'm giving, please go ahead and ask. Hey, Mamuna, good to see you here. Okay, so let me show you Ranjit's answer and we can get started on the correction. Okay, so here we are. So this bit here, how are you? Hope you're doing well. That will not be counted in the word count. We're just concerned with the main part of the answer. You don't want it to be too short. About 180 is good. Okay. So here's the question. You recently went on a foreign holiday and borrowed a guidebook about your destination from your friend. Write a letter to your friend. In your letter, describe your holiday to him or her. Tell him or her why the guidebook was useful. Make arrangements to return the book. Okay, so what I want in the first paragraph is I want a response to the first prompt. Describe your holiday to him or her. So, dear Austin, leave a space. How are you? I hope you're doing well. There's nothing wrong with writing this. How are you? Hope you're doing well. But it's not necessary and it won't help you to improve your score. Also, try to use more contractions in your answer when it is informal. Okay, I want to thank you as the guidebook. So you can see the word is spelt up here, guidebook. So you have book. That's a mistake you shouldn't be making. You should be able to just copy what it says in the question. So that's a mistake that could easily have been avoided. I want to thank you as the guidebook. Will have to be for the guidebook, which you lent has been more. So what's the scenario? You recently went on a foreign holiday. So here it says you recently went. So that implies that you're back home from your holiday again. So if it's that you recently went, means you're gone and back. If you were still on holiday, it would say you are on a foreign holiday. So here, the way you've said this, which you lent, has been more useful during the trip. So it sounds like you're still on the trip. Has been more because of this. So you want to change that to was more to reflect that it was in the past. The phrase is more than useful. So that's a fixed phrase. It was more than useful during the trip. I want to thank you for the guidebook, which you lent me because it was more than useful. So a lot of, I can see straight away, like in this first sentence, there are too many mistakes with grammar, vocab, spelling, that your scores for grammar and vocabulary are not going to be good. You might turn it around and do a great job in the rest of the answer, but I think at this point, seeing this, it's unlikely. So also keep in mind, you're talking to your friend who gave you a lend of a guidebook. So if they lent you a guidebook, do you need to tell them which guidebook you're talking about? Like if I gave you a guidebook and you start talking about the guidebook, I would know you're talking about the one I gave you. So you don't need to describe it in this way. I want to thank you for the guidebook which you lent me. Well, your friend gave it to you. They know that you don't need to describe the guidebook in that way. Okay. So between each paragraph, leave a line as well. So that's one more thing. Leave a line between each paragraph. Leave a line here, leave a line here. So leave lines between each paragraph like that. Okay, so let me just pop in, see if anyone has any questions here. I want to thank you for the live stream. You're very welcome. Love from Nepal. Fantastic. Love Nepal. Great place. Sir, I can't understand map and diagram. Okay, so we'll have to deal with that at a different time, Mahim. Best of luck, guys. Whoever's planning to appear in the IELTS test. Yeah, good call. Very true. I don't say that enough myself. Okay, so let's get back into this. So this seemed to be just a kind of general introduction to the letter. Describe your holiday to him or her. Tell him or her why the guidebook was useful. Make arrangements to return. Again, nothing wrong with this, but following my strategy, you wouldn't have written any of these words here. So none of those are really helping to push your task achievement score up. To push up your task achievement score, you have to do what the question asked you to do. So far you haven't. Okay, so I'm still waiting for you to describe your holiday to him or her. Okay, I have been to Paris last week. Okay, so that would have to be went. So it seems like tenses are problematic for you. You had another problem with the tenses over here. You're using a perfect tense instead of using past. I went to Paris last week. Okay, so again, just imagine the situation with your friend. Your friend gave you a guidebook so they would know that you were in Paris last week. If they gave you a guidebook for France or a guidebook for Paris, you don't need to tell them that you were in Paris last week. You've obviously had the discussion already because why would they give you the book otherwise? So don't write the letter with the IELTS examiner in mind. So when you're writing the letter, you have to imagine this imaginary friend from the context of the question. Write to that person, the person who gave you the book. So you don't need to explain to them that that they lent you a book. You don't need to explain to them that you went on holiday to the place that the guidebook was about. They will know this. They in theory exist outside this letter. So just make sure that you're speaking to the person as if they would have the same knowledge that you have. It's your shared knowledge, the shared world that you exist in. So that's something that is coming through quite a bit, and something you need to be more careful. Okay, I went to Paris last week. It was a wonderful trip. There were many sightseeing places, especially Disneyland theme park. Especially Disneyland theme park was quite a lot of fun. Quite a lot of fun. As well, quite a lot of fun. That's a very formal phrase. Quite a lot of fun. Instead of saying it was great fun, it was amazing. It was wonderful. So this would be more language that you're going to find in a formal letter, not an informal letter, and that's something that your task achievement score is very dependent on. It's really important that you can write with the appropriate tone, or else you're not going to get a good score. It really is as simple as that. Paris is full of restaurants and museums, which make us interesting to know more about the place. So make us interesting isn't a phrase which was interesting. Which was interesting and made us want to learn more about the place or know more about the place. And made us want to know more about the place. Okay, so have you described your holiday? You went there, it was great. You went to Disneyland, that was fun. Okay. I would say not a great response to the task, because when you're asked to describe your holiday, it would be more the things that you did than describing the place. So describe your holiday is more describe what you did, not describe the location you went to on holiday. So you're kind of in the balance between those two. So you did describe the fact that you went to Disneyland and that you were interested by the restaurants and cafes. So we can presume that you went to a lot of restaurants and museums. But you need to say more clearly, what your holiday was like, the things you did, how much you enjoyed it, that type of thing. So you've touched on it, but not developed it in an appropriate way, because it seems like you didn't fully understand the difference between describe your holiday and describe the location. Those are different things. Atik from Pakistan, hello to you. You're very welcome. Very welcome, sir. Okay, so let's get back into this next paragraph. So this time I'm expecting Ranjits to cover the second prompt. Tell him or her why the guidebook was useful. Okay. As you know, I have planned this trip for a long time. Long time. Okay. So again, I have planned. So you keep on using perfect tenses when you should be using past. As you know, I planned this trip for a long time before your guidebook helped me a lot. I don't understand this. I planned this trip for a long time before your guidebook helped me. I don't know the connection between these. So you're planning it for a long time, but the book was still, this isn't clear. So I'm not sure what you're trying to say here. So the connection between these two things isn't clear. So we're supposed to be talking about why the guidebook was useful. Okay, so you said it's useful. What I would like you to do for every prompt, what I'd like you to do is address the prompt in the first sentence. So don't just say the guidebook was useful, but give a reason. So the guidebook was useful because, and then you say, what it was about the guidebook. If you start with a direct response to the prompt in the first sentence, then you will be able to focus on that main idea for the rest of the paragraph, and it will mean that you have more development in your paragraph than if you just say, like in this, say the guidebook was useful, which is essentially repeating what the question prompt said, and then you still haven't really said anything yourself. So you're just delaying what you need to do. I would say always respond directly to the prompt in the first sentence of the paragraph, and then develop it further from there. Okay. Without your book, it'd have been difficult to locate the places. Also, the book has some specific notes about each place, which gave me enough idea before visiting those, which gave me enough ideas before visiting those places. Okay, so this is good. This is responding directly to the prompt, saying why it was useful. So this is good. This is a much better paragraph than the previous one. But again, it could be improved by saying what the main reason for the guidebook being useful is, putting that in the first sentence. Obviously, there's a language issue here, but in relation to the content, this is good. Okay, and that brings us to the final prompt. Make arrangements to return the book. Okay, I know that I have promised you to return the book as soon as I finished the trip. So I'm sending you the book via courier. Again, this is very informal. Stick with formal language. Sorry, stick with informal language for an informal letter. Via is, the epitome of a formal word. It will be handed over, again, very formal. It will be handed over to you. Just say, you will get it. It will be handed over to the courier office, which will be delivered to you in 2 to 3 days. So again, which will be, what's which refers to the courier office. So which will be delivered. So it will be handed over to the courier office, and they will deliver it to you. In 2 to 3 days. Okay. Once again, so spelling mistake there. Thank you for lending me the guidebook. Lending the guidebook to me. Let me know if you need any help in future. Okay. So what's strange about this is there are parts of the text which are well written and easy to understand. And then there are parts of the text where the communication is very poor. So this bit here, I have no idea what the point is supposed to be. Then in this sentence, that was very poorly written. So like that, the order of the words, the number of words that were missing, how much it needed to be corrected. But when I look at the rest, there are other parts that are very well written. This bit here was well written. This bit here was well written. So why is that happening? It's not normally a student's writing will be consistent, so they'll have the same types of or the same density of mistakes throughout the answer. But this seems like there are times where you're very clear and very focused and good level of accuracy, and other times where it's just it nearly looks like it's written by two different people. So I mean, obviously you're capable of better, but you need to be more careful. Maybe you're overstretching yourself, trying to, you're writing with a focus on improving your vocab and grammar score rather than a focus on clearly communicating what you're trying to say. So that could be a potential reason for it. Okay, so for task achievement, we're looking at band 5. You could have done a better job with being on topic for the first prompt, but mainly it's the informal language. Mainly it's the informal language that's problematic. Okay, so task achievement, band 5. Coherence and cohesion is also band 5. Organization wasn't great. Your topic sentences could have been better. There's that bit that I marked in orange, and that was really, I just have no idea what you're saying. So that's obviously problematic. Hey, Sharafat. Irene, it's blurred and not clear. Oh dear, that might be my internet connection. Hey, Alexia, morning to you. Okay, so coherence and cohesion, band 5. Vocab is also going to be band 5. Some serious spelling mistakes in there. Words missing. Using words inappropriately. Just too many mistakes, and especially the parts that were confusing. Let me just have another look here for grammar. Grammar is going to be a band 6. There are a lot of mistakes. But at no point did they confuse me. Okay, so that then is 5 for task achievement, 5 for coherence and cohesion, 5 for vocab, 5 for, and 6 for grammar. That gives us an overall score of band 5 for that, which I think is a lot lower than your language ability. I think it's a lot lower than you're capable of getting, Ranjit, but it's just the number of really serious language errors in there. Using the wrong tone, using formal language when it should be informal, not responding to the prompts directly enough, and then that thing where you're writing, you're giving information to the reader, like your friend who borrowed the book from you, that they would already have. So all of those things combined are problems for you, but things I think you can easily overcome. So next, let me just share another link with you all for my free live feedback lessons. And I also have essay corrections, just like the one I've just done here, but in more detail. So the vocab and grammar corrections will be on screen and easier to see the changes. They'll be recorded on a document and sent as well. I also have a writing course. So click on that link if you want to get more support from me. And also I said that I want to choose the winner of the speaking test lucky draw. Hey Benny, good to see you here. Oh, Farzana, good to see you. Okay, so let me just share that app again. So we had 3 people enter the writing test, and I don't know how many is here, but if you've entered the speaking lucky draw, you should see your name here on the screen. So that one is far more popular. All right, and let's get the winner here. Batty. All right, congratulations, Zane. So I'll be in touch and we can arrange a time for your speaking test. So keep an eye out. If you're on YouTube, keep an eye out on my community channel, on the community page, community tab of my channel, and on Facebook. On Sunday, I'll have a new question. So the question this Sunday is going to be for IELTS writing task 2, and I'll have another lucky draw for speaking. I think that's pretty much it for now. So if anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask. Otherwise, we'll finish up there. Hello, Facebook user. Congrats to the winner, indeed. Yeah, okay, so that's it. Make sure to check out those posts on Sunday and enter the competitions for next week. Also, make sure to click here to get more support from me as well. All right, so let's leave it at that for today. Take care of yourselves, everyone, and have a good weekend if I don't see you before then. Bye-bye.